Xavier, big up, man. I don't know, man. I just feel that if these far right people, however you label them, mess with the wrong black person, a whole civil war would break out. That's what we would like to believe, Xavier. But most man ain't down to ride. You only have to see that during the 2020. There was numbers there, but it wasn't no like when you're talking about war, you know, it's impossible to go on our side because there's not the man's ain't got no cause or nothing.
This is it.
You know what I mean? So it's it wouldn't go that way. It wouldn't go that way. It just wouldn't go that way.
This is ultimately, look, this is what they want. They've been angling for this quote unquote race war for some time, for quite some time, and they're really close to. But in my opinion, they're close to potentially getting it. But as Mark's saying, like, unless we're forced into it, unless literally Monday we turn on social media and it's like, yeah, you got to pick a side. The Love Is Blind crew, or you got to pick a side, boss. It's going down. It's going down at the end of the week. Kiss your wife goodbye. You got to go with your people because she's coming with us. We're going to decontaminate her and all that stuff first. She's coming back with us because it's that time. The majority of black people ain't, you know what I mean?
They don't even know, Noble. The majority of man don't know how barbaric certain Europeans used to move. So they wouldn't even, if that call came in, they wouldn't even know what going. So I'm saying enough mans don't even know how the brothers here move in terms of these man move in a way that when it's that time, people, trust me, we ain't never seen nothing like that before. Nothing, when it gets to that time, man ain't, there isn't but there probably ain't 1,000 man like that. So it wouldn't be nothing, but let's say that call did come in, it would be an obliteration. It would be an obliteration. There wouldn't be no, how much man even know about like strategies and them kind of things, Noble, and you see what I'm saying? Strategies and technology and how to implement technology. Remember when these men were doing their thing, it was all tech-based and they had strategies and how to do this and how to do that. Man ain't got them things because remember, we was part of the of their thing. So it was them who was giving the training. So even when the mans came for the RAF, all that training was given by Britain. You see what I'm coming? All that. If you basic skills like that, Britain are very, very organized in that way. That's why the Luftwaffe was built off the back of the RAF. You know, no.
Come on.
Enough man don't even know what them. These men here are organized, man. They're organized, man. Trust me.
Britain, what do I call it? The brains of the beast.
Brains. Perfect name.
The shipping. Who was running it? Who was this little tiny island that we're on now? Was the largest manufacturer of ships for quite some time. Ships, you know. Ships, I'm talking. Not the wilderness of North America, the belly of the beast. They weren't running things, building ships, sending back and forth. It was this little bullshit country.
Yeah, man.
They put the thing in place. But a counter to your arguments there would be the spook that sat by the door.
The spook that sat by the door.
Come on, Mark.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
So like we got it, man, and we are the weapon, man. We are the weapon. You just give us a bit more of the indoctrination. We can remix it. We can reverse the polarities like in Ghostbusters, and then we can pop off with some new thing. They've been trying for 400 plus years to take us off this plane of existence, Mark.
Facts.
We're still here. And we're the minority in this country. But on this plane of existence, who is the minority people?
Not us.
Not us.
Not
brown original people with melanin in their skin. It is the melanin deficient people who are the minority. But strangely enough, they're the ones that are in control.
Facts.
They're the wizards and the warlocks sprinkling the magic dust all over the original indigenous people of this here earth, and we allow them to be in the position that they're in. When the sleeping giants, specifically the original man and original woman, wake up from their slumber, game over.
Yeah,
your neck would snap off how quick this thing's gonna pop off when we come and realize who we are and what our position. Because he only left you basic instructions before leaving Earth. You've touched on it. It says in there that we are supposed to be the light to the world. What does that mean? That means we're supposed to be that living example. Now, we're already the living example and we are already the light to the world. But what are they doing? They've dimmed the lights, they've changed the direction of the lights. So, what black people are, we're entertainers, we're dancers, you know what I mean? We do the culture, we kill people, we're drug dealers. That's the light that's being, you know what I mean, portrayed to the world. But then when you dig below the surface and realize, oh my God, that's only like 3, 4, 5, maybe 10% of these people. The rest of them, look how decent they are.
Exactly.
Look what we did to them. But yet they'll smile with us and shake hands, knowing that 5 generations ago, my people were doing the most weirdest, craziest stuff to their fair people. And we're up and standing in the line with these people like Anna not Nagwan.
Facts.
We're the most lovingest people in this whole plane of existence. That's why we're so special. And this is why they have their foot on our neck so hard, Mark.
Facts. And I'll say, before we get into the Westwood thing, I'm going to say this, yeah? So let me show you about barbaric. You never learnt none of these things in school. So when these men had World War One, yeah, France, Germany, Britain, all these men, they were negotiating peace throughout the war, and they came up with a peace deal that the war would stop at 11 o'clock on a specific day. The war would stop that day. You know, these men were warring right up until 11 o'clock, Noble.
Yeah, man.
You know that over 1,000 men dead on that day. So you think, they actually said it's peace at 11 o'clock and they still fought each other until 11 o'clock. That shows you the level of barbaricness, you know, that you've actually said the war's over, but man still, it's like a sport.
Yeah, come on.
Man still fought until 11 o'clock. And then as the whistle blew, literally like a game, man, killing.
Come on.
And as the whistle blew, the game's over. That's how these men look at life. But then 20 years, 50 years, 100 years later, we're the gangsters. Joke thing. All right, let me just run toilet and then we're going to deal with Westwood, yeah? Go through Noble.
It's the insanity of the brain. Look, you can't even get into the brain of these crazy, evil space monkeys. They have put lines on the geographical parts of this plane of existence. Why do you think things are going on, especially in the continent of Africa? Why do you think there's always things that have been happening in regards to conflict? It's because these space monkeys came over and was doing the partitions and was doing they were warring, remember, World War One, World War Two, the disagreements of the carving up of Africa, of Mother Africa as it's known. These lines, these stupid lines that they've put on the places where people used to freely roam have to this day caused nothing but wars, murder, destruction. On top of that, they strip that continent of all the resources, install the colonial mind into original people to perpetuate the domination and the subjugation of the population, not giving them the ability to be able to thrive in the richest continent in this plane of existence. They divide, they destroy, and they use all forms of skullduggery, all forms of witchcraft. These world wars as well. Look at the blood on the soil, in the soil, the souls that have been lost. It was a mass ritual. All of these wars, man, listen. Why aren't they? Why isn't Putin and the former actor geezer from Ukraine? I can't remember, his name is eluding me at present. Why aren't they in the squared circle and they're doing sambo? They're fighting sambo, and whoever wins, that's the. Why aren't they doing that? Isn't that quite simple? Or if they don't want to get their hands dirty, even though Putin is a judoka, why don't they elect their specimen and say, yeah, man, we're going to go at it. We're going to have like the Olympics. The Olympics should be used to settle disputes.
Exactly.
So there's no bloodshed, is there? The best are coming up against the best. This was our plan. Oh shit, we lost. Okay, next 4 years, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna put in with all the PEDs in this geezer or in this woman, and she's gonna win this event, so we can then put our plan forward. This is all designed to reduce numbers down, blood sacrifices. Yeah, I mean, all of that flipping weird ass stuff. People with the tinfoil hats, some of the shit they say is on point, you know. It is on point because if you do the knowledge and you read what they're talking about, just a slight diversion. JPL propulsion lab. Who the hell was that geezer? What was he doing? They've done a damn documentary about the whole of his thing, Thelema, and his connection to Crowley, and his connection to flipping. What's the one who did the sort of the science? What are called the Scientologist people? Them L. Ron Hubbard. Look at all these old names, Mancini. You look at Pike, and look at what he said about the world wars and this and that. And it's like, wait a minute, these are supposed to be fictional things. These are supposed to be not true, but these are happening. The Willie Lynch letter, that's fake, Mark. It's not real. But wait a minute, I can actually see the physical manifestation of that letter being played out today.
Yeah, 1,000%. Yeah, that people say it ain't real, but we can see it played out. And like you said, again, with the war, you know, when you hear Manzier talk, you know that they don't know nothing about history, because when you hear brothers say, send me to prison, yo, you know, enough mans don't realize, yeah? Brothers got executed. Brothers who if you weren't fighting, there weren't no, we're going to give you 3 meals a day and you're going pen. There were wartimes different, you know? It would just be, you're not fighting. They'll line brothers up and just take out everything. Germans, all of them. It's just that you're on this side, so you're not seeing Wagwan. You see what I mean? You're just not seeing Wagwan, like what the kind of things that these men do to each other.